Morning, everybody. Welcome to our August CGBN webinar. Hope everybody is doing great today. Just so that everyone is aware, this session is being recorded. We ask that anyone who is not presenting or is part of the panelists to please mute themselves and turn off your recording. The format is over an hour and a half. We will have a presentation first and then followed by Q&A for each presenter. We will end the recording after the Q&A and we'll go into the needs and wants. That's going to be done by Teresa Mueller. If you have any listings or trade missions, please let us know and we are happy to put it on the CGBN page. After the session will be recorded, it will be on the CGBN YouTube channel as well as the CGBN page. In the meantime, please put your information into the chat, such as name, email, phone number, and your needs and wants. My name is Dimitri Lockman. I'm the current chair for CGBN. I also serve as a treasurer for NICAR. I would like to say a big thank you to our past CGBN chairs, Ahmed Badat, Teresa Mueller, and Bill Caden. Thank you for all your help and everything that you do. I would like to give a couple of a minute to Ahmed Badat. Ahmed, that's all you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So David is going to say a few words, but he's having a problem getting on. It says he's registered, but he can't get on. Anyway, so Betsy is here from NAR, Betsy Sachs. Betsy, where are you? So that's Betsy. Betsy is the manager of Global Business Alliances, and this region falls under her. Betsy, you want to say a few words? Introduce yourself, please. Go ahead.
Certainly. My name is Betsy Sachs, and I am the global manager. I manage 12 countries, all of Central, some of North, and all of the Caribbean, along with my colleague David McCoy, who hopefully should be entering soon, and along with Brenda Taylor, my wonderful boss, there she is. We manage Mexico, we manage Honduras, El Salvador, and many other countries that she manages. And we're just pleased to be here and be part of this wonderful webinar that you guys present so well, and you always do such great jobs. So thank you for having us here with you.
Thank you, Betsy. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you taking time off. So when David comes on, we'll try and get him on at a later time. But I'd really like to thank Brenda. This was at very short notice. So we had planned for another webinar happening at this time. And for some reason, they had other internal issues going on. So we said, hey, Mexico, let's go to Mexico. Everyone wants to go to Mexico. So I said, that'd be great. Called David. David got in touch with Brenda right away. And David was in, I think it was in Dominican Republic at that time. And he contacted Brenda, and Brenda got the wheels moving. So Brenda, thank you very much. Thank you to Gabrielle. Thank you to the president. And thank you to Alejandro for joining us today. So we appreciate all you've done to put this together at a very short notice. Thank you for partners here, Main Street, NASBAR, and Heartland. So we'll get David on at the later time, but go ahead, please.
Awesome. So in this case, I would like to introduce our first presenter, Brenda Taylor. She's a real estate professional with over 20 years of experience, excels in working with international clients, and holds leadership roles in various real estate organizations. She is endorsed by NAR as C2EX, a graduate of the prestigious Texas REALTORS Leadership Program, and has received multiple awards for her contributions in the industry, including GLAR REALTOR of the Year. Brenda is an NAR instructor for international and diversity designations. She currently leads the Global Group, a top-ranking multilingual team for REMAX Dallas Suburbs. She serves as a Texas Regional Vice President and Director at the local, state, and national boards of realtors. And she is actively involved in NAHREP, AREAA, and AMPI International. As an NAR Global Ambassador for Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, she promotes global market cooperation and brand awareness. Brenda, all you.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning, everybody, all my friends from NICAR and our guests. I am Brenda Taylor, the NAR Global Ambassador for Mexico. And just really quick, wanted to share with you what we do as global ambassadors. Well, we work to consolidate the bilateral partner between the countries and to facilitate business and professional development among the countries. And well, what can I say about Mexico? Mexico is a fascinating country with a diverse geography, including beautiful beaches from the Pacific, the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, impressive mountains of the Sierra Madre, lush rainforests, deserts, volcanic mountains, and all in one place, all in one country. Mexico geography is a wild roller coaster, offering everything from hidden cenotes to ancient archaeological sites. But I'm going to let our friends from AMPI tell you about the beauty and the global opportunities that Mexico has to offer. I have behind me a picture of Acapulco, which is an invitation coming soon, and I'm going to let AMPI tell you about it. Right now, I would like to share just a few points regarding the robust commercial relationship between Illinois and Mexico. And Mexico is a strategic partner for Illinois. Illinois is one of Mexico's top trading partners in the United States. The range of products that we trade are between automotive parts, electronics, machinery, and agricultural products. Chicago, particularly, is a position as a transportation and a logistic hub, makes an ideal location for distributing Mexican products into the entire United States. And especially right now, there is an increasingly investment and collaboration between businesses in Chicago and Mexico due to the nearshoring opportunities, which you will be hearing about in just a few minutes. And these nearshoring opportunities are fostering the economic growth and job creation between Chicago and Mexico. There are two very important reports that I would like to mention, and I'll be happy to share with you in the chat so you can look at them in future reference and even to share with your own clients. The NAR profile, 2024 NAR profile of international transactions in the U.S. residential real estate. In that report, you will find great information, and it will show that Illinois is among the top 3 destinations of foreign buyers from Mexico. NAR also offers the latest report, which we have the 2023 Commercial Real Estate and Foreign Buyers Report. And you will find there that Mexico is among the top countries invested in the U.S. commercial real estate market. In Chicago, this is very interesting. This is coming from the Real Capital Analytics. Chicago is in the top 10 markets that are more attractive to foreign investors. So I wanted to share these so you can have these reports and then you can refer these later on. But I don't want to take any more time from our AMPI friends, which we are very honored to have here. And we are thankful that they take the time from the busy schedule to be here with us today and to share valuable information from Mexico and commercial opportunities too. We are going to have Emilio Rojas Corbin, Gabriela Hernandez Chargoy, Alejandro Miranda, and Tony Aguilar. But now I am honored to introduce my good friend and 2024 AMPI President, Emilio Rojas Corbin. And let me tell you a little bit about his background. You will find his entire bio in the website, but Emilio Rojas Corbin is the National AMPI President. He is originally from Ciudad Mate, Tamaulipas. He graduated as an industrial engineer in production from the Instituto Tecnológico of Ciudad Madero, Tamaulipas, marking the beginning of a career that spans from the maquiladoras and petrochemical industry and the global markets. Emilio is the broker of RE/MAX Dreams in Altamira and RE/MAX Nazara in Monterrey. With over 15 years of experience, he holds certifications in marketing, market analysis, valuation, and real estate project management. His strategic vision and commitment to business growth made him a leader in the industry and a reference in the real estate sector. Without further ado, please let me introduce and help me welcome AMPI President Emilio Rojas Corbin. Adelante, Emilio. Te voy a ayudar a traducir, Emilio, ¿ok?
Ok, gracias. Buenos días a todos. Pues me da mucho gusto estar aquí, saludar a muchos amigos, ver aquí en la pantalla, y a los que no tengo el gusto de conocerlos personalmente, espero verlos en Acapulco en el Congreso.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I am so glad to see so many familiar faces, and the ones that I don't see here, I would be more than happy to say hello in the Congreso in Acapulco.
Quiero decirles que México está viviendo uno de sus mejores momentos.
Mexico is living one of the best moments right now.
En el tema inmobiliario. Nos estamos consolidando como uno de los destinos de playa o el destino de playa más importante para Estados Unidos en todos los litorales mexicanos.
Mexico is ranking very high and living a very special moment in the real estate industry. We are ranking high with all our beaches in the world.
Sí, nos estamos consolidando como un gran destino en las playas como Cancún, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Los Cabos, La Paz, Puerto Vallarta, Manzanillo, Huatulco. Son destinos que la gente no solamente viene a visitar, sino muchos de ellos están quedando a vivir.
We are really making a great impact in destinations like tourist destinations like Cancún, Tulum, Los Cabos, La Paz, Mazatlán, Manzanillo, many areas where people not only come to visit, but they also stay to live here.
Se han agregado a ellos zonas también de gran impacto turístico como los centros históricos. Estamos captando, tenemos 57 centros históricos en el país, ya muchos de ellos con una gran afluencia estadounidense, en zonas de ecoturismo, reservas naturales que tiene México, como Chapala, como Janitzio, como muchos lugares que ofrecen paisajismo y una vida de naturaleza.
And there are many areas, not only the beach areas, but also we have 57 centers of historical value, like Chapala and many others that offer a very exciting life of nature.
Acompañado de otra gran oferta que también está siendo un factor en el turismo, que es el turismo médico, con una gran capacidad de atención en temas de salud, de corazón, temas oncológicos, temas de belleza, bariátricos, especialidad en el tema de ojos, o sea, una gran oferta médica y hospitalaria que México está ofreciendo a los extranjeros en esas estancias, lo cual los está haciendo que prolonguen los días aquí en el país.
To add to this, the tourist factor, we also have the medical tourism that includes any treatment from heart, oncological issues, beauty issues, bariatric specialty, eye specialty, all that helps to bring Mexico in a different perspective.
A esto se le ha sumado pospandemia este fenómeno de la localización, el tema de nearshoring. México se está posicionando como uno de los grandes jugadores mundiales y está captando una gran cantidad de inversión extranjera directa en temas como lo automotriz, la aeronáutica, las autopartes, la manufactura especializada.
After the pandemic, now we are hearing more about the nearshoring, which is placing Mexico as one of the top players in the world, with different industry like the automotive industry, like RSPS, and many others.
Lo que ha puesto al país con un récord de disponibilidad de naves industriales en México. Estamos absorbiendo todo lo que se está produciendo, todo lo que se está construyendo en las fronteras con Estados Unidos, en las zonas consolidadas como la zona de Nuevo León, de Occidente, de Bajío y de centro del país. Estamos prácticamente colocando todo lo que se construye en espacios industriales.
Also, Mexico is bringing a record in industrial warehouses in areas like Nuevo León, the Bajío, Central Mexico, and other areas that are positioning the country in a very strategic plan.
Lo que ha hecho que los organismos empresariales, la autoridad, los gobiernos estatales, municipales y el gobierno federal, así como los esquemas financieros, estén poniendo mucha atención en nuestra industria, consolidándola como una de las apalancas económicas más importantes de México.
What is this doing to the country is making the authorities from local government, state, and national take a look of our industry, a real estate industry.
Sí. Y nuestra asociación, AMPI, la más grande del país, con presencia en los 32 estados de la República, en las 101 ciudades más importantes de México, y la única reconocida de organizaciones inmobiliarias internacionales, la han ubicado como ese vehículo seguro y confiable para promover las oportunidades de inversión en el país.
And this is what make our association AMPI to be important in the industry. When we have a presence, we are the largest association in Mexico of real estate, where we have presence in 32 states, 101 of the most important cities in Mexico, which that had been a vehicle for international organizations to trust all the commercial opportunities in the country through us.
Somos la organización inmobiliaria que ha promovido las leyes ya en 23 estados de los 32 que propusimos también a la Procuraduría Federal de Protección al Consumidor contratos que regulen nuestra práctica, y eso hace que los proyectos que se promueven en todos los rincones del país que estén respaldados por un profesional AMPI tengan un gran respaldo de confiabilidad y garantía para las inversiones de todos los extranjeros.
This make AMPI a very important player in the real estate industry in Mexico, because out of the 32 states, we have created, out of the 32 states, 23 of them have what we call real estate laws. And we have partnered with the Consumer Protection Bureau to regulate the contracts and to give our consumers a more transparent and trust process.
Ujú. Y esto le ha demandado a la organización que a partir de hace no más de 3 años se iniciara con un fortalecimiento de estructura que ha encabezado muy bien mi amiga Gabriela Chargoy y que ahora me da mucho gusto que esté acompañada por grandes profesionales, grandes líderes, pero ante todo grandes personas como lo es Alejandro Miranda, Manuel Ávila, Tony Aguilar, que son quienes están de responsables directos de conectar y fortalecer estas alianzas estratégicas comerciales. Y agradecerle a David, a Betsy, a Brenda y a todos quienes nos han apoyado para seguir fortaleciendo esta relación de negocio.
I wanted to thank Gabriela Hernandez Chargoy. In the last 3 years, she had positioned and structured the international partnership with big figures also in the industry that are supporting her, like Alejandro Miranda, Manuel Avila, and Tony Aguilar. I also want to thank Betsy Sack, David, and Brenda for the strategic partnership that we have put together.
A mí solo me queda seguir fortaleciendo la relación con los gobiernos, con los organismos empresariales, para seguir colaborando y creando condiciones e infraestructura para que se sigan aterrizando las inversiones. Por eso en el sureste, en el estado de Quintana Roo, que hoy es uno de los estados de más proyección internacional firmamos un convenio de colaboración con la Secretaria de Desarrollo Económico y la gobernadora para estarle buscando hoy hospitales, centros logísticos para satisfacer la demanda de las mercancías que se mueven en ese estado, que son más de 31 millones de paseantes en el año.
What I have left is to continue to consolidate the relationship with the government, to bring into better the infrastructure, to attract investment opportunities, such as the MOU that we signed with the state of Quintana Roo, which is one of the most seen states in the country, international. We sign agreements with the Secretary of Development, Economic Development, and the governor to create these opportunities, when we see in that state over 31 million tourists a year.
Bueno, pues yo estoy para servirles y decirles que en México tienen de aliado a la estructura más extensa que hay en toda América Latina. Platicaba con el presidente de Sila que aunque Brasil es el país que más miembros tiene, AMPI tiene territorio nacional. Y eso nosotros estamos comprometidos a salvaguardar la legalidad, la confianza y el compromiso para que todos los negocios que se hagan con los colegas de AMPI sean seguros y atendidos por gente profesional. Muchas gracias.
I am here to serve you and to let you know that in Mexico you have a very important structure that is ready to take care of you. And by talking with SILA president, we were talking that Brazil has the most members from NAR, but we have a commitment with NAR to bring more collaboration and to offer transparent and good business to your members.
Muchas gracias a todos. Gracias.
I think it got.
Sí, ya, creo que ya acabó, Emilio, ya acabó.
Hola.
Y dijo, muchas gracias.
And now we're gonna have Gabriela Hernandez Chargoy. She has an amazing presentation that is going to represent what Mexico has to offer and all the business opportunities that that you can take advantage of. Adelante, Gabriela. Ah, perdón, creo que Emilio quiere decir algo. Go ahead, Emilio.
He froze. He's freezing.
Yeah.
Hola, se me cortó, me sacó la señal acá. Bueno, pues muchas gracias. Y aquí mi querida Gaby, Alejandro y con la agenda.
Gracias.
Gracias, presidente. Nos vemos pronto por acá, por Puebla. Bueno, entonces, voy a compartir pantalla. Well, I am Gabriela Hernandez, International Director of AMPI. And well, I'm so glad and pleased to be here with you to share very important and relevant information about Mexico, real estate buying process in our country, in our lovely country, and to have this ties of commercial business in between Mexico and the United States. Okay. Well, I am going to talk about a little bit about what is AMPI, which is the most important point to do business with AMPI members. So, as our president said, AMPI is the most important and recognized real estate association in Mexico for the last 67 years. Well, right now in this year, we are 68 years. So, we have code of ethics and bylaws as well. For you, it's important to know that you can deal with professionals and very ethic agents in our country. Okay, we have different international agreements with the most important associations in the world, with FIABC, with Korean Canada, National Association of Realtors in the USA and in the world, with CILA, Latin America, and with other associations in the world. So after we have agreements, we sign MOUs, very important as well. We have signed with Texas Realtors, with HAR, with Metrotex, and now with you. Brenda, I sent you the MOU right now. So to sign with Chicago and Illinois. Thank you very much for this this opportunity we have together. In Latin America, we also have signed different agreements with CILA, and in with Panama, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, Colombia, and so on. Okay, let's talk about the real estate laws. And as I told you, in Mexico, we have 22 states with approval real estate law, Baja California, Campeche, Ciudad de Mexico, Chihuahua, Quintana Roo, Tabasco, etc. And we are in the process to have the whole country with real estate laws, but it's in process. But anyway, we have very professional agents because we have certifications such as RSPS, CIPS, ABR, etc. So to do business together, and to have this contact in between agents, you can become an international member and to have benefits such as AMPI brand, networking, international business, events, and also to have the code of ethics to share. Let's talk about a little bit the demographic and economy. In 2024, the economy and demographics reflect several key statistics. Population: Mexico City. The capital has a population of approximately 126,000 people. Surface area: Mexico covers an area of almost 2 million square kilometers, which is about 20% of the size of the United States. The currency, the official currency is the Mexican peso, which is an exchange rate of approximately $1, which it means 18.3 today, and by December it will become 18.1. Forecasted by the central bank. National GDP growth: Mexico experienced a GDP growth rate of plus 3.9% from 2022 to 2023. The forecast for 2024 suggests a GDP growth of plus 2.6%. Okay, we have a video I would like to show you to talk a bit, to show you a little bit about our country. The sound
Mexico
is
a prime investment destination in Latin America and one of the leading recipients of foreign investment worldwide. It is an exceptional business partner for a variety of reasons, including the following top 10. 1. Mexico offers preferential access to 50 countries through its network of 14 free trade agreements, representing over 1.3 billion consumers and 60% of the world's GDP. 2. Investors can count on legal certainty in Mexico, thanks to 30 bilateral investment agreements with 31 countries. 3. Mexico's strategic location and position as the most important trading partner of the United States make it an ideal location for investment. 4. An important logistical infrastructure has been developed, the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, corridor, which is a new railroad system connecting all three countries. 5. The south-southeast region of Mexico, where the government is developing strategic investment projects, presents an exciting opportunity for investors. The Tehuantepec Isthmus Interoceanic Corridor is set to become an alternative connection between the two oceans, facilitating the movement of 1.4 million containers annually. 6. The country's highly skilled and specialized workforce, which includes a large number of engineering graduates, is a significant asset for investors. Additionally, Mexico is developing dual education models in collaboration with the private sector to further enhance workforce specialization. 7. Mexico has achieved macroeconomic stability, earning recognition from the World Bank for its economic potential. 8. Mexico has a proven track record of success in attracting investment, with 67,383 companies investing in the country since 1999, amounting to a total investment of $674 billion. Mexico is one of the top 10 recipients of foreign investment. 9. Mexico's trade is highly integrated into global value chains, with its main exports contributing to sectors such as automotive, airspace, pharmaceuticals, and critical minerals. 10. With more than 30 million foreign tourists annually, Mexico is among the top 10 international tourism destinations. Mexico's states offer a dynamic economy, competitive production costs, a skilled workforce, and a strong commitment to technology, making them an attractive destination for investors. The states welcomes investors with open arms and look forward to working together.
Okay, perfect. Let's talk about a little bit about, the tourist markets, major vacation markets. 15 vacation markets. Mexico has got 15 vacation markets with a very attractive product for tourism. 7 major international markets are Los Cabos, Cancún, Rivera Maya, La Paz, San Miguel Allende, Vallarta, Tijuana, Rosarito, and Puerto Peñasco. And the 8 major national markets are Mérida, Mazatlán, San Carlos, Ixtapa, Acapulco, Veracruz, Cuernavaca, and Huatulco. A lot of internationals come to invest in all over Mexico. It doesn't matter the state. Okay, let's talk about.
The real estate buying process in Mexico is very similar as in your country. We help you referrals to establish and analyze their budget. We also help them to make sure about location, price, and needs. It's very important to let them know to be in touch with a local real estate expert. In our office, we talk about the real estate buying process to make sure everything is clear. We visit properties with them to help them to choose one. In case buyers need financing, the real estate expert can help with fideicomiso, bank trust, and mortgage information to be personally qualified. Then both agree on the price, terms, and conditions. It's very important to check the property documents with the agent. If they like a property, they must sign a letter of intent. Then they have to sign a promissory contract. The deed signature is handled by a notario público, as we call in Mexico, notary public. They have to pay in full at the closing of the title. Normally, it is through a bank transfer. Your agent will deliver the property to your referral. We suggest to keep in touch with a professional expert for any question after purchase.
Okay, it was going to be after this slide, but okay, it's okay. This is the buying process in our country, in Mexico. Hold on a second. Okay, commercial real estate in Mexico. Well, as we see, a 12% increase demand for commercial real estate in Mexico grew by 12% over the past year. A 30% growth, the industrial sector experienced a 30% increase in space demand, mainly in Nuevo León and Jalisco. 40% of FDI, 40% of the $35 billion foreign direct investment was directed towards commercial and industrial real estate. Nearshoring impact. The surge in demand is largely due to nearshoring attracting companies looking to relocate production closer to the USA. Strategic role. This growth underscores Mexico's strategic importance in global trade and its attractiveness to international investors. So Mexico, because of the nearshoring, is the great opportunity to Mexico and different other countries. So as we see, the top 10 countries to invest in Mexico, USA is the first place. Secondly is Spain. In the third place is Canada, and also nowadays is China in the fourth place. Foreign direct investment in 2023 was 36.1 billion growth in Mexico, as we can see in this graphic. Alejandro Mirandes will help me with this slide. Alex?
Thank you so much, Gabi. Well, as in every real estate transaction, we need to observe the legal aspects. Rather than going on technical information, we recommend always the use of a recognized, certified realtor in Mexico, an AMPI realtor, and to be familiar with the use of notary publics in Mexico, which is like the legal aspect of it. In Mexico, notary publics work in a different way than they do in the United States, and they take care of all the legal aspects of a contract and all the property rights transfer. Every transaction in Mexico has tax implications, so it is better to ask for this information just right before trying to purchase a property. Next, Gabi, thank you. Normally, it takes up to 60 days to close a property in Mexico when citizens from the United States or Canada or any other foreigner are buying in Mexico. There are two ways to acquire a property in Mexico. It can be through a deed or a trust. I'm going to be talking about trust in a minute, but I just want to say that trust is like our Mexican laws allow foreigners to acquire the rights to use properties only through a trust. There are some taxes regarding purchasing, but the most expensive, the highest one is capital gains, and we have legal ways to deduct these taxes. And if a foreigner becomes a Mexican citizen, he has more chances to reduce his taxes by proving to the government that they have lived in the property for a certain amount of time. One of the strongest laws that we have in Mexico right now is money laundering, in which, in order to avoid illegal transactions, the Mexican fiscal authorities observe every transaction. For instance, we cannot buy or sell properties in cash, and there's a limit up to the equivalent to $46,000 US. That is actually all realtors are under the obligation to be in a fiscal portal in which we need to declare all the transactions that we do, because we need to observe international and national regulations regarding money laundering or illegal transactions. And finally, just to talk about a little bit how to acquire a property through a trust. Mexican laws allow foreigners to acquire the rights to use properties located on the coast and border areas through a trust. The only legal instrument that guarantees property rights to foreigners, whether residential, commercial, or touristic areas, any property located 50 kilometers, something around 32 miles of the coast, or 100 kilometers, which is like 64 miles of any of our borders, is known as, we know it as the restricted zone. In accordance to our Constitution, Article 27, foreigners can acquire properties only through a bank trust. Since 1994, our foreign investment law dictates that the trust must be of a term of 50 years and can be renewed anytime during its existence. So it is just a little bit different, the process, but any foreigner can acquire properties in Mexico to a trust. This is not a difficult process. It is normal to us. For instance, I live in Manzanillo. We are used to international foreigners, and we sell a lot through bank trusts. As our national president, Emilio Rojas, was saying, Mexico is right now having what we call it the Mexican moment, because nearshoring is a trend right now. And nearshoring is the relocation of all the investment of many companies around the world to Mexico. Why? Because all companies are trying to take advantage of not only our geographical position, but Mexico has free trade agreements with 50 countries, not only the US and Canada, which I must say that the free trade with the US and Canada is the most important one we have. We are very close to the United States and Canada, so companies want to be near this opportunity to sell to the target market on the United States. We have a great manufacturing industry. We have the automotive belt in El Bajío. We are manufacturing aeronautics, aero parts, pharmaceuticals. We also have very important universities in the important cities in the areas of manufacturing. We have a strong medium class with a great purchase power. Our domestic market, as Gabriela was saying, is of 130 million people, and we have a very strong medium class. Mexico, we love having great customer service. And we have in Guadalajara, in Jalisco, in the western side of the country, we have the Latin American Silicon Valley, which have a lot of electronic industry established here, bringing raw materials from China and Asia to export the final and finished products to the United States. And we have Nuevo León at the north of Mexico, which is bringing foreign investment such as Tesla and many other industries. So nearshoring is also about a competitive advantage that Mexico is having right now, and we are attracting a lot of investment. And that is directly reflected on our real estate industry. Gabi, yeah?
No, you can go ahead.
Yes, thank you. And finally, one of the most important projects for our government these days is what we call it the Istmo de Tehuantepec corridor. And there's been a historical intention to connect both our Pacific coast with the Gulf of Mexico coast. So the government is running this project in order to connect both oceans by railroad, and Salina Cruz and Coatzacoalcos are going to be connected in the near future. That will bring a lot of investment, and companies that will not be using the Panama Channel anymore. They're going to be using our Istmo de Tehuantepec corridor. And not only that, a lot of investment, companies, industrial, residential will be needed, and this will develop amazingly our real estate sector in that area of Mexico.
If you can talk about a little bit about our international website, where we can find information, Alex?
Sure. Well, we invite you all to be part of our international, our global community, AMPI Global website. There's an international part for all the international friends that are going to be part of this real estate, our AMPI Global community. in AMPI Global, we are used to connect. We are very empathetic with all our international friends. And more than connecting with our website, we really want to invite you to our National Congress, which is happening in Acapulco. It is an amazing environment. We have a bunch of great professionals working with AMPI Global, just looking for opportunities to connect with you all and to make you feel like home whenever you are doing in Mexico.
Thank you very much, Alex. In our website as well, we have training information, videos for to see the commercial and industrial and residential opportunities, and also the directory of very professional agents in our country. Alex, thank you very much for your help. And we have the last video. Do we have time to play it? Brenda?
How long is the video for this one? The last one? Is it a minute?
It's the last one. It's the last one.
How long is it?
It's about 2 minutes and a half.
Oh.
I might suggest that we go to questions, because I think some people have questions, but share in the chat what that video is so people could reference it later.
All right. Okay. So only just to let you know that we are having, as Alejandro said, the International Congress in Acapulco. Don't miss it. Well, it is going to start the 15, then 16, 17, and 18 of October. It will be great and to have you with us. Thank you very much.
Mitra.
Perfect. Thank you, Gabby. And Alejandro, that was amazing. We'll make sure to include that in the CGBN website. If there's any questions for the presenters, Marsha or Teresa, I guess Marsha first.
So not so much as a question, but I'd like to really emphasize how amazing these events are that AMPI puts on. I've had the pleasure of signing, actually, Main Street does have an MOU with AMPI. My first go around as chair, I was fortunate to go to, I think, let's see, we were in Tulum, we were in Nueva Vallarta. I have to ask Betsy Sachs. I had the pleasure of being there with her on several occasions as well. But yeah, sign up, go. They're just remarkable. Their presentations are wonderful, and they always have the headsets for those of us who barely speak English as our first language. So thank you for letting me share that information. This was really great.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Teresa?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I actually have never been to an AMPI conference, and I would be very interested in going. So for those of us here that would potentially go, because we're thinking about doing business, whether it's Mexico or Latin America, practice our Spanish skills. Puedo hablar español suficiente esta peligrosa. Can you tell us how many people go and how many of them are from outside of Mexico? And then for those that are not from Mexico and would attend, how can they get the best value out of attending one of these conferences? Like, what would you suggest? Oh, you definitely should go do this while you're at one of these conferences.
Okay, well, we're expecting to have about 1,000 people attending to our Congress in Acapulco, about 120 internationals from different countries. The major country the major assistance will be from USA, from Texas, mainly, and well, we are having people from AREAA, from Asia and Canada and Latin America. So it will be a great opportunity to have all together. So we are having a networking, a very important networking with Mexicans and also, well, internationals, but we are having bobilateral events within the National Congress and the international one. But with both but together at the same time. So it will be a very good event. So I will be so glad to have you here and to have a special welcome to you. That's why I am suggesting to arrive the 15th.
Mil gracias.
De nada, muchas gracias a ti.
Amazing. Anybody else for questions?
Yeah, Dimitra. So,
Yeah.
Alejandro, you mentioned the alternate route of, instead of the Panama. So, who are the major investors in infrastructure? Is that just Mexican government, local entities, or you've got international participation?
I understand it's basically Mexican companies.
Okay.
And the government, which is dedicating a lot of resources to that. As you may know, recently the Mayan train was initiated some months ago. So these are huge government projects in which they are inviting Mexican companies, corporations, and we understand that this requires a lot of resources. We don't know if there's an open invitation for investment, but maybe trains and railroads are coming from other countries. There are licitations, or there are invitations to other countries, maybe to see which is the best and more affordable price for the government.
Thank you, sir.
And if you allow me to show you the video at the end, it's talking about the corridor, the new Istmo de Tehuantepec corridor. So, after questions and answers.
I think Brenda wanted to say something, Brenda.
Yes, I just wanted to notice that our coordinator for North America, Central America, and the Caribbean is here, David McCoy. I would love for you to say hi, David. You want to say some few words?
Yeah. So let me just say a few things about this notorious character.
He's amazing.
David is a good friend, but David is also a very knowledgeable person. So one of the things, we've been a commercial entity, and David been a commercial broker. So we always on that same wavelength. We understand. He's been on many programs with us. And so David was out in Dominican Republic, and I sent him a message, and right away, man, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And he got in touch with Brenda, and Brenda had the wheels moving. So David, go ahead, give us a brief couple of minutes, whatever you've got.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. I think many of you probably know me. I see a lot of friends. I'm David McCoy, Global Coordinator for NAR for North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. And muchas gracias a todos mis amigos de México. Un programa fantástico. Muchas gracias. And I don't want to take a lot of time because these guys have done an amazing job. But one thing that I think is central that I always want people to know, I think there are a lot of people who still sort of think of Mexico as it was 20, 30, 40 years ago, that it's a third world country. Mexico has a very well-developed industry. It is not a third world country. They have done amazing things in the last, especially 10 to 15 years. If you are familiar with the Panama Canal, of course, is an amazing thing, but they've been having problems. They just did a major expansion of the Panama Canal, and they've been having some problems, and the traffic gets kind of backed up. So this new corridor, when it's complete through Mexico, will be a game changer, because that will allow another route to go through, because that's been a pinch point for global trade throughout the world. And so having this new corridor, when that comes open, will be amazing. And again, just one of the big things, I think in Chicago, sometimes we're thinking, hey, we're on the north border, they're on the south border, but Mexico is one of the largest countries in the world. They have 130 million people, and a lot of large companies. There's a lot of industry down there. So maybe, you may have clients that would like to make a connection so that they can get figured out how to do things down there. So you know, don't count out Mexico. It's a very, very important country, and it's important to Chicago. I'm sure you all have clients that would love to do business there, both either for business, commercial purposes or residential purposes. And these guys are fantastic. And that's probably enough. Everybody knows I talk too much, so I'm going to stop right there.
Wonderful, wonderful, and we are working together with Panama as well, and not only Mexico. Well, we're supposed to have this project finished at the end of December of this year. It's supposed to be finished, and but it will be wonderful to have this bilateral commercial business in between Panama and Mexico, because we are working together. It's a pleasure to see you, David. We will see you soon here in Mexico as well. So if there is any other question,
I think we're good. I guess we can stop the recording. So thank you, and thank you again for all the presenters. Amazing. We'll go into the needs and wants. Teresa, it's all you.